Hello everyone, how good of you to join and welcome back to our, New World colony. Some of you might ask, and some of you have been asking in the comments, why I'm not building a Hacienda right away. Well, for the Hacienda, you do need one obrero. We don't even have the Hacienda in here at the moment. So I will need to get those obreros first, and that could still take a while. We do have though all the materials, and that's the good thing here. So we can just happily continue with the building. I've also sent my clipper over now with the building materials for the cannon then that we're going to need in Panagos, our quaint town. Let's continue over here. I would like to finish this block, this area here first before I continue. Alright, so we got that. And then we got those jolly good people there, and probably a hacienda somewhere over here then, or nah, not over here. That's ridiculous. There is too many rivers on that, plus all the flooding. It's making you crazy. Now, let's just check what they need. First, a fried plantain. We should provide this as quickly as possible, because obviously we want to advance, we want to continue. And also, we want to get to the next production chains that we're going to need. I just need to make one thing sure. Yes, okay, we can build the bridges there right away. So let's have this main road that we have there. And let's get this one all the way to that area, right through that tiny island. Just try to make this one as central as possible. And then with the bridge to the other side, or actually like that. I think like this is better. So there you go. Because then we get to the beach area, right? And also to this huge area there where there's no river and something like that. That's perfect for plantations that we can use then in this area. Let's go ahead with a warehouse then as well. And we're probably going to need then the fish oil factories. I could have them in the main harbor area as well, which probably makes a bit more sense for now. And we're going to start with the plantations over here. And the beach I'm going to use later once I can properly fortify that. Because as we know, the AI tends to, be really annoying when it comes to those those coastal sites, right? So we can then have quite a few of them. We will need a lot of these plantations, by the way, right? So there's no going back from this, since this is going to be a massive city. I'm going to start out with those guys here, right? So up to this point there, and then we're going to make us a smaller area available here. That continues, and then we could have more plantations on that side. So that's going to be quite a lot of plantations, and that's fine. That's the first one, and then we have the fish oil factory, so the ratio is 1:1. So as happily as we can continue building those fish oil factories. Let's just see, here we would have the room, right? We would have the room here as well. I'm probably going with this one for now. We can easily move these fish oil factories then later as well. Let's just check it out. This should be working fine, right? So that we have a nice little interior location for my fish oil. And then here we have the problem though, right? And then I would need to do it like that. Or we can also have them like that. No, we can't. Here I would need to build them. That's crazy. But this is possible. Now that's a proper one. With just one offset here, we have an available harbor area then in this area, and this is working fine as we can see, and we can build all of them now. Strange reasons really, but it's working. It's not looking perfect, it's not looking pretty, but for the beginning it's fine. Oh, and there is my frigate from the expedition that has the Puma and the Bosun still in store. So let's just unload these thingies and use my frigate here for protection, right? We can also go with the Royal Galleon now, I'm waiting up for the ship of the line there, to be honest, or we build up some harbor defense. Who knows about that? Fish oil we have plenty of. We got the appropriate plantations, and then we just really need those kitchens. And now for the kitchens, let's have them right over here. Let's have them here. A maximum of 6. We probably never really need that much, but it's going to be fine for now. So they're going to get the plantain, make some fried plantain out of that, and get it back to the warehouse. One thing, definitely, also, of course, a fire station. Alrighty, let's build this one. Let's start with 2 plantations. Not too expensive, is it? 2 fried plantain kitchens, a fire station. We'll also need 2 fish oil factories for that, the closest ones, and we can have then another warehouse over there. We do have some unhappy people now. I'm pretty sure what's the cause here. The chapel is missing. So a chapel we already need to provide. We do have that service building over there. And yeah, we can have probably 2, right? So one for this area and one for this area, just fine. And for that, let's just see how the radius is. Yeah, we can easily squeeze it in here, right in front of the marketplace. And let's go ahead and build us the chapel there, perhaps also with a nice little entrance area, right? So that this is looking like a proper plaza area then that we have there. And also on the back. On the back, I might actually add then some ornaments later. Looking good, so we got a happy population. The fried plantain is coming in. Now we need to work on the ponchos. That's the alpaca farm and the poncho d'Arna. And for that, we do need a bit of room. And the alpaca farms, they usually like to get into difficult terrain, right? So where plantations are not so easy. The animal plantations do usually just fine. So over here, for example. And then we'll just need a warehouse. And then our alpaca farms, they need 4 fields. Like so. And then we can have a bunch of them. Just really here, like that. Perfect. Of course, also with those alpacas with a beautiful view once more. So they stay happy. Only happy alpacas provide the best wool for the job. Right. That's very good. There we got 5 of them now. And that leads also to 5 poncho d'Arnas. We could actually, you know what, let's have them right here in the area as well. So we can make this work. Now there you go, poncho d'Arnas and alpaca farms delivering the wool right away to the warehouse, and we still have room left for continuing with that road. Perfect, let's also build them right away. 2 as always, the 2 closest ones here, 2 poncho d'Arnas and the warehouse. Yeah, let's also go for 1 fire station just behind those poncho d'Arnas. I'm not expecting that we really need more than that here, especially since we can boost it just fine then too. That's that. So both of these materials are coming in now for my people. We still have a bit of timber left, so I will continue actually placing my next district here, right? So that's over there with then also a marketplace, and then all these people here in the center too, as Panagos is growing. Just fine. Also the Clipper, Dusky Hawk, has arrived. Let's get the building materials off board. It's a beautiful location, right? Fantastic looking with the colors there. Bright sunny day. And there we have 50 tons of weapons. Now 120 tons of bricks will be sufficient for 3 cannons. We cannot build the cannons yet. We need to go for barrels first, and then we'll unlock the harbor cannons there on top of that. Perfect. Meanwhile, back in Phoenix, we are starting with something more interesting now. Well, we got a riot that is not so interesting. It was bound to happen at some point, especially since we're boosting our population there quite a bit. And I can, and I will squeeze in some police stations now. We got these tiny spots here, right, that are completely, they're fine for something like this, you might say, right? So we could do it like that, for example. Get rid of these roads here, of those 2 houses then. And then we can squeeze in a police station into this area. And here the connection, so that those guys here will receive their proper treatment. You need to treat people that are on riots, of course. And we're doing that. And also let's have a police station over there in the industry zone, right, where there's also some riots appearing now. I do need to start with my docklands, right? We can now do this. We have the dockland wharf here. I do need a few more steel beams. We've invested a lot of steel beams, or we've transported a lot of them over to the New World. So there is a bit of that. And we got very unhappy artisans. The church, they would like the variety theater. The beer is missing, and the rum. For the church, we should provide these happiness things right away. So let's build a church in this location here. That looks fine to me. It's also a bit central there, right? So we can just place it really like that. There you go. Big church now coming up right in Phoenix. This is going to make artisans a bit happy, as we can see, and also the workers, right? So these riots, of course, were caused by that unhappiness. It's a bit further over here, so I will need to build a bit more of a brick road here to extend the coverage of the church. And let's just do this one here right away as well in the center, right? So that more and more people get into the pleasure of going to to a church. With that church here, I'm saving some resources. I'm not building another one over here for now, right? We're going to have one in this district. It will kind of like reach those few people that don't have a church yet, but the coverage is just excellent really across the board, and I just don't need more than one really. 2 would be over the top there, as the happiness boost for the church is not 1 or 0, but it's rather 100%, right? And then we're going down to 60%, and even 60% coverage is totally fine to raise the happiness far enough for anything that we need. The other thing that we really should boost now is the beer production. So beer is raising the happiness a lot. It's also, well, raising our pockets, increasing our pockets, raising our balance. And we have enough artisans and workers now so that I can focus on the beer. We got the grain farms already, like those 4 are in here right now for the bread production, right, the maximum. And as we can see, yeah, bread is also down there. So I do need to, first of all, increase my bread production. We're going to do this by having 2 grain farms. I could go for 4 grain farms. Let's have 2 grain farms for now with 1 flour mill and 2 more bakeries. So that is one boost. And the other one would be now our beer production. For that, I do need another warehouse then in this area. And I'm probably not going to boost beer by electricity. I don't think so. It's not that needed. Thinking about it, we might actually boost them with electricity too. So I do need 2 malt houses for 4 breweries, and I will need around 6 hop plantations for all of this business. And I'm going to have to remove this lumber business here now. So my next timber production that we can get rid of. So don't forget, this is all going to be electrified, right? We're going to have a nice juicy power plant there, delivering all the power that we need to my industry. And this is still within its range. They're perfectly fine all the way over there then most likely. And later on we also will get rid of these potato farms there. Again, hopefully to make room for that. So 2 it is for now. However, I'm probably going to need a bit more when I think about the future. So I'm going to go with a 3rd one there. So that would be a potential of 6 breweries now, producing 6 beer per minute, with boosted up to 12 beer per minute. At the moment we consume 3, so it's probably going to 6 or 9 long-term wise. 9 I'd say, right? So that is totally fine. We don't need more than that. Let's just make this road connection here complete, and then I can have my breweries on the other side. So that would be 2 here, 2 here, and 2 here, which leads to a maximum of 6 breweries that we can use with that. Perfect. And that's my beer production basically. We still have room here now, so let's just make this block here completed, right, so that we have another building space available then. And here we can also make this connection complete. Can we though? There we need to be careful again, because look at that, we got the pig farm over there, and with this the pig farm will now reach the rendering works, and that is dangerous, absolutely, because it will then try to get the pigs over there directly, which would take ages, right? And if it just gets to the warehouse, it's way faster than this. So let's stop this, let's cut it, right? Oh, there was already the pig on its way, right? And there's the next one. They already tried to get over there. Dangerous stuff. What we can do though is, let's build the warehouse, and let's make at least this single connection there. In this tiny slot, we can then squeeze in a fire station, which we should, because there is some very important industry situated as well. And I think this one, yeah, they're quite overloaded, right? Let's do the upgrade. It's fine. There you go. And then we can start with that. For that, however, we still need the hops plantations, and that's another big space investment, right? So space is really the most difficult thing. Wait a second. No, there's nothing over there anymore. So this is the only area that I still have available to me. However, we still need another production, the canned food. So we really need to try and squeeze in 6 hops plantations now with as little time, space investment as possible. Let's get the warehouse over there, right? And then I do need my 6 hop plantations. There we get them. Let's just try and do this. They do need 96 fields. I'm not going to boost them, because hops is something that we can get later on as well. So there is 4, right? Let's just try to make it work like that. Just see. Yeah. Plus they also don't require that much space anyway. 6 of them will never need more than that. Perfect. And then 2 more, and that's the end of it. Probably going over there. Perfect. And then this whole block going right to the brick factory there. That's my hops plantation. We still have a bit of room here left that I'm going to use so now for something else then. And with that, let's start with getting the first productions going. It's going to be expensive. 4 hops plantations for now, leading to a maximum of 4,000 investment cost. Then we got the 4 grain farms. Do I need 4 right away? No, I don't think. Yeah, we do need 4. Go ahead. Expensive as usual. These grain farms are really expensive. And that will lead us to building 2 mold farms, mold houses, and 4 breweries. We can build all of them right away. How very nice. How very expensive. We're also down on the balance now completely. We still have some room here then left, right, but that will start its work now. Those breweries producing 4 beer per second, right? So exactly 1 surplus that we are going to need to build up some storage, and that's it, right? And then we can boost them with electricity. We can still add 2 more breweries to the grid, and that's it. Perfect. This should work just fine. Let's go back to the new world real quick, because I'm pretty sure we can now upgrade. There you go. Ponchos and fried plantain is in. Nice surplus there. Also here. So we can upgrade them now. And yeah, I think we'll be doing that. I think we start actually with those guys here. Actually, let's do the center. Alright, so quite a lot of them too. 90. Yeah, let's invest 80 timber into my first upgrade. Age of Independence has started for my new world colony Panagos. And with that, we should also, first of all, have the docklands now, of course, that we're going to need. And there it is, the Hacienda in all its glory. On top of that, that we're going to implement, of course. And yeah, this is a really good location for that. I'm going to stop here right away, right? So we have then the roads that I can get rid of again. So I've never done this before. Definitely going to be interesting. And then we have this kind of like area here where I can then start with a beautiful big hacienda that we can start implementing into this area, right? I can actually do it here, I guess. That should be fine, but I'm not doing that right now. We still need to grow on other things, and that is the bricks. I do need bricks, and I do need to start investing my workforce into that. So let's go ahead and get this clay deposit there. And now let's have it here. So I was thinking about where I should get the brick factories now, because this is not a beautiful location really for that, but I'm going to have it here. It's we need to do it here, right? So the brick factories and the warehouse then. It's unfortunately right in the center. Look at that. So just that we cannot build anything here or here. Nasty stuff indeed. And then we have our clay pit, and then we have the brick factories, and that is just bonkers, really. I do need to place it somewhere else. I'm probably going to need to place them here, right? And then I can have, yeah, 1 warehouse in this area, but not like this, more like this, and that's just really dirty. But that's, yeah, that's how we can do it here. Very good. Let's build it. Really expensive obrero wise, and I'm going to use the second one as well right away. So that is here, and here we can make it a bit cleaner. We can play it clean as possible, with 2 brick factories and 1 warehouse then as well, being then going right to my main area. Once again, costing me insane amount of obreros, but we do need the bricks for production, and of course also for my protection.
Just say the word.
Dusky Hawk, what can you do still? The new world is looking fuller and fuller now, right? So the Admiral has 2 islands already, where he's now spreading his tendrils. And we still have only 1, and it's staying like that. A +1 surplus for ponchos and fried plantains is fine. Unfortunately, there's no rum here, right? The docklands will hopefully change that in the future, but that's about it. It's also worth looking at the enemies. So Miss Hunt is starting to build up her fleet. She's got 4 frigates now. The Admiral is, yeah, building more gunboats at the moment. spreading it around his island there. Of course, their defense is crazy. And then we got also Princess... Oh, not Princess Jing, it's Bente, of course. And she's also starting to build up ships a bit faster than we can do this, but it's fine. We will focus a bit more on defense. We're not at war with anyone yet. I think they're going to war with each other. And while we're not at war with them, we don't really need to focus on the defense there so hard. What we can do though is we can definitely go for a bit more flattering, even though I know it is completely pointless, because once I go with engineers, at least that was my my impression from the last playthroughs, they're going to declare war then immediately, so it doesn't really matter what I'm doing with them at the moment. We got some fires here, so those rioters are not the happiest bunch. I will probably need another police station. Let's just check this out. We got one over there. Nah, it's fine, right? They're getting beaten down already and put to prison, just as they should. And I really do like that church. Has a good location to it, right here by the main area. Perfect. So how is it looking with my beer? Beer should be coming in now. 7 tons are in. Perfect. More to come then, right? Hops is missing a bit, so we do have those 4. They're not fully working yet, right? So this one is still ramping up its production. So yeah, it's definitely going to get to places, but not so quickly. That's that. And let's actually unlock the beer though, right? We've locked it, and this will be a nice boost for happiness. -11 it is right now, and we're sitting at 500 on the balance. Let's activate it for the artisans, and let's activate it for the workers. And we should see a nice, yep, there it is, going up there on the balance. And on the happiness, we're at -8. It's still increasing now, right? It should, as it's going up there. Yep. -7, perfect. So that's not an area where they would ride so easily anymore. We got a contempt population with that, and look at that, from 500 to 3,500 just with the beer. That's how great beer is for your economy. We can definitely use this money for more industries that we're going to need, especially also, well, for the docklands, which is my next goal now, because we need to start with building up our docklands industry as quickly as possible, and that's my next target. Hope you enjoyed this one. Stay tuned.